Hey guys!
Hey everybody!
You're welcome back to our YouTube channel.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Woo woo! Introduce yourself.
My name is Teki Teaser.
And I'm Faith Teaser, and together we are the Teaser.
Yeah. I've been on this road more than once in my life, searching for the one that I would truly love. Tired, so I made a call to God above. So He sent you.
We're excited to have you guys on our channel today. And today we're going to be talking about something interesting as usual.
As usual.
Yep, we always have stuff for you to learn from us.
Yeah.
And to get one or two nuggets here and there.
And today's one is gist.
Yeah, like say what Chicken Republic. Basically, so
She's so surprised.
today we're going to be talking about the toughest time in our relationship.
Yeah. But first, subscribe. Like.
Comment. No, they can't comment. Like. Subscribe to the channel. Like it because we're going to say stuff that are very amazing.
Yes.
So like it.
Your like will not be in vain.
Subscribe.
Alright, we're waiting. Alright, thank you.
So so today we're going to be talking about the toughest time in our relationship. So for every endeavor you will face challenges.
Yeah.
And one of such endeavors is relationship.
Definitely.
You see, you can't escape it. You will face them. Because why? Two of you are different people.
Yeah, exactly.
And because you are different people, what we mean is you are one person.
Yeah.
Team one, team two.
Yeah.
So because we are team one, team two that have come to form one team.
Hey!
Because we're team one and team two that have come to form one team. Our individualism will clash.
Yeah, once in a while. Yeah.
And so what will happen is it can frustrate the relationship.
Yeah.
Or because of exposure to new things, new happenings.
We even have different upbringings, backgrounds.
Yeah.
You have different personalities.
Yeah.
You may want think different things at the same time.
Yeah.
You may have different outlooks on life. So a lot of things can just make you have a tough time once in a while.
Yeah. So and then yes, the world itself can affect you guys.
True.
So basically, let's just go into the conversation. Leave all this talk. In fact, because as we're talking now, we're going to another topic.
I'm telling you.
Yes, but we'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
So the toughest time in our relationship, ladies first.
If they're sharing money, you will not hear a guy say, "Ladies first." Will you tell me to go ladies first?
If I collect the money, I'll give you.
Son of Jesus. Okay, all right. So the toughest time in our relationship was about 2 months, a month or
2 months.
2 months into our marriage, thereabouts. I will say my side before he will say his side. All right. So while we're dating, like I always tell everybody, if we didn't see at all in the 1 year we dated, the highest number would be 10 days.
Yeah.
So approximately we saw each other 355 days the entire year.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how much this guy loved me. And I loved him too. So we're always together, and then we got married, and this man's office hours, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. 5, he has not come back. 6, he has not come back. And the office was just right in front of our house. So I would go and I'll meet this man praying. Actually, almost every time I met him praying or doing counseling for somebody or something sharp. And I was getting so offended, like, you don't have time for me anymore. Like, so the scam they told me about is true. That they would chase you by the time they marry you. Finish. I was like, what have I gotten myself into? Is this how life is going to be? What? And he made me get so used to his presence. So I was so used to having him around that when he was not around, so that saved my whole world came crashing down. No, not actually. But it just felt different and awkward.
Yeah.
And it was not what I thought I was going to have. So I started feeling really frustrated. I would get angry. I would get sad. I would cry sometimes. I would complain sometimes, once in a while. Because then I didn't used to complain that much. So I'll just be bottling it up. Sometimes I'll go to the office and I'm looking for him. But that was a really tough time for me. We're just talking and laughing about it now, but it was really tough.
It was tough.
At that point, because somehow I felt like if the things people said, like, oh, he will chase you before you get married, but then by the time you get married, he's going to stop chasing you. I felt like it was playing out. So I was asking myself, what else did they tell me would happen is about to happen. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I was really scared for that and all of that, blah, 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 blah. But then, okay, babe, I think you should, do you want to say your own before we talk about the conversation we had?
Okay. So, it was about the same time.
But
It was the toughest
was
time of our relationship. And for her, I wasn't giving her time enough. And all those things. For me, what made it tough now, for my own angle, what made it tough was I felt like she was demanding too much and not being considerate and understanding. In fact, I felt like it was a scam. As per, you told me that you asked me, Coco, when I said, let us go on this journey, you said, oh boy, we know this thing. My mother is a servant of God. All these things. I've been in church all my life, giving me scopes from see you and all those. So I was like, oh boy, see how
so they are doing CC for see you. Jesus.
You know, I'll be exposed to all those rigor and everything. So I thought, okay,
I would be more
I
understanding.
should be more understanding of the demands of my work, demands for my. And I told her before we got married, mind you, I have to say this as a disclaimer, that I love you, but I love God more.
The first day he told me that thing, I was mad.
But she knows better now.
But I know better now.
So, and I told her that I was driven to. Of course, my passion and drive was one of the things that attracted her, you know. So I felt like, okay.
How do you know?
Because you have told me. But I felt like, now you're complaining. It was now putting so much pressure on me because the things that I thought I needed to do, I now started seeing them as wrong. The things that were expected of me, I started feeling like they were wrong. So I was under so much pressure. Worst of all, I was under pressure from work. As in, that period of the ministry was demanding so much. Then my wife was demanding of me. Their family was demanding. Worst of all, my wife now was pregnant. She was pregnant and she was terribly sick. So I had to cook more often than before. You know, before I used to just cook once in like 3 months just to surprise her, you know. But then I had to cook almost every time or go to buy food for her. I had to be there.
He would clean the entire house every day.
You know, so I thought like, we're demanding so much from me. It was a scam. As a car, I don't make mistake, you know, and all that.
I was not thinking it was scam.
So because I was now being away, it now seemed like I was not giving her enough time. I wasn't giving her enough attention. But the truth is this was my own assumption, but I failed to pay attention to her own needs as a human being. You see, and thank God now helped us. You know, I think that's why you wanted to talk about the conversation.
Yeah, we now had a conversation. There was an evening we had a conversation. We just spoke. It was a simple conversation, then we just progressed, and then we spoke. I expressed how I felt, and my husband too expressed how he felt, and all of that. And I think at that point there was more of an understanding of where the other person was coming from. So my husband could understand that, okay, actually we had spent so much time together, we had made ourselves so used to each other that his absence was now so much of a problem for me. And because I was pregnant, I was more dependent. I couldn't do anything for myself. And then now seemed as if when I call him, it's almost as if in his heart, I know that he's grumbling, but he will still come and do it. And then I also understood that, this man actually loves God. And that's what attracted me to him. So he cannot not love God because he wants to please me. Because at the end of the day, that's not what I would have. I would rather have him loving God than loving me at the expense of loving God. And so we had that discussion. And another thing was my husband made me understand that it was because I was idle that I felt his distance so much more. At that point, I was not working then. I was always in the house from
she took
morning.
Off time from work. Yes. Not that she was just a little person.
Actually. So I was always at home all the time. So what happened was that when we discovered that, okay, it was because I was idle. He said if I was busier, I wouldn't really notice his absence. He said because he misses me, he knows that I'm at home, but he doesn't miss me as much as, I would miss him because he's busy doing things. Before you know, time has gone. And so what he did was he helped me. He started giving me tasks to do. So church workers, the task did not start today. He said, give me tasks to do. He told me, I remember vividly, he told me to start worshiping 30 minutes in a day. And then I'll send him the reports, I've done it. Told me to pray, he gave me time, he would give me books to read or to study Bible, even if it's one chapter. And sometimes he would actually tell me to come to his office. And then remember the first time we listened to Apostle Selman's message. My goodness. And you know, if you know Apostle Selman's messages are long. So we listened to it. He was training me. And then subsequently I got a job. And then I realized that, man, the way I was feeling before, I was no longer feeling it, because I understood where he was coming from. And then I got busier. I was pregnant. I was back working. A lot of things were happening. I was also growing spiritually. And one thing I really learned that he made me understand was that his growth with God should influence my growth with God. So as much as he was growing spiritually, it should be an opportunity for me to grow spiritually too. Because in as much as we would pray together, we had our family devotions, we would pray together and all of that, we listen to messages, it was important for both of us to grow on our own. So that we're stronger together. So it really helped me. So even up to now, when he spends time doing his things, especially because now there's more work to do spiritually, when he spends time doing it, I see it as an opportunity for me to also do some things. So when we come and we're discussing what we learned, he'll tell me, you know that I just realized that from Bible, this, that. So basically we communicated, and it really, really helped us.
And
really helped us.
I also had to learn that I didn't need to give myself entirely to my work alone, because you can be gradually swallowed up by it, that you would not see the need. Familiarity would creep in, and then it made things tougher for us. So what we did was, I had to learn to balance my devotion, my work, my responsibilities, and then my time for my family, as I then just my wife. You know, so it was a tough time, but what helped us through was understanding understanding why we're in that season. Now you may be single, you may be someone dating now, and then you're going through a tough time in your relationship. What you need to do is take out time to just observe and see why this is happening, and find professional solutions. See, from her not having a job then, to me being overworked in my office, stressed from work, to pregnancy and all that. Those things played a role in affecting the romance between both of us. So we were able to identify. You see, if we didn't take our time to look in, that step out to look in, we would have known that, okay, these were the problems that were causing the friction in our relationship. Because this friction made that season tough. That's why instead doubts coming in, started raising questions, asking questions that you're not supposed to ask, because we didn't know what was the problem. So if you know you're in the right relationship, tough times are only an indication that there is a problem, and you should try to sort it out. It doesn't mean that we must try to run away quickly. Well, there are some exceptions. Some tough times are like physical abuse, emotional abuse. Those ones are not tough times. Those are bad signals that you need a serious help or adjustment. If not, then you guys will just need to find out what the root cause is and sort it out. But for us, talking helped us a lot. Talking about it, and then not just talking to talk, but talking, making resolutions, and keeping to.
Exactly. That was just what I was going to say, baby. Like, it was not just about talking. It was that we now started making deliberate effort. I remember that times my husband would come and sit down beside me, and he's like, I'm making time for you now. And then we'll sit down and watch a movie or something. And there are times when he will say, I'm coming, let me go and pray. I really am about to complain that, but you just got back from the office. I actually have to remind myself, I said I'll be more understanding. And so I'll keep quiet, say, okay, no problem, till you come out. And so that really helped, because we made efforts to now make changes. So it really helped. But basically,
your own situation may be peculiar, it may be rather different from ours, But then, if you apply the same principle to look in from outside, why is it tough? Why are we facing this? And then, of course, apart from that, it will make you understand that, because you're in a tough time, doesn't mean you're the only one that ever experienced or will experience a tough time in your relationship.
True.
Because people think or have this mirage that, when your relationship is all be rosy, you see us post fine pictures. If you think our pictures are fine, you see people post fine pictures and all that, and you just overwhelmed with the thought that, I think that these guys are just having it fine. But tough times exist. There are times where problems will come up, but then you must realize that you both have to have an understanding. See, we really apologize for the sound you may be hearing in the background. Our child is having a field day.
I'm telling you.
Brother. So,
hey.
So, but you just take out the time to look within and sort it out. But for us, it helped us. And the month between the period of 2 to 5 months of our marriage, we had those problems and we dealt with them. And we've continued to be better.
Yes.
Understanding that tough times don't last. Tough people do.
Shake it.
Tough people
Masmoro.
Yeah. Which Masmoro? Is that my name?
I don't know. Wow. Did you guys just see that atom of pride? But don't worry. I love you, baby. Wisdom is your only problem.
My haters, my enemies will say it's not me. Anyways, but yeah, that's as much as it was. We can't go into the details of the things that happened, but surely we had times where there were, we didn't talk for hours, or we didn't,
for hours.
Yeah, we didn't talk for hours. We didn't want to be in the same place and all those things, because we felt as if the other person was deliberately hurting us.
Yeah.
But when we talked, we realized that we're going through this tough time because, apart from the external factors, like the ones we couldn't control, like my wife being pregnant, and then for me, the work demanding more.
Yeah.
The internal ones, we began to make adjustments.
Yeah.
The ones we couldn't control were there to support each other.
Yeah.
That's one thing also you can do in a tough time. Sometimes when the relationship is tough, we are too concerned about how we feel.
Yeah.
But when we learn that mindset of empathy to think about how the person is feeling, why the person may be acting this way, and how the person was, especially if the person wasn't this way.
That's true.
You should ask questions.
Yeah.
You should find out why. And then I think you would scale through.
Yeah.
And even if it's external factors, if you go to talk, you can find a way out.
That's true.
So
that
is all we have for you today. Toughest time of our relationship.
Yeah.
So whether you're single, you're about to marry, or you're married, or have been married for a long time or a short time, tough times exist and they will come. Just handle them properly.
Exactly.
And you'll be fine.
So thank you guys for watching our video. Don't forget to subscribe. Get your siblings' phone and subscribe.
Like, comment, tell people about it.
Exactly.
Are you hearing something?
Yeah, we are hearing something, sir.
You don't want to be missing this kind of rich content. You don't want people to tell you about it. Thank you for your time.
Wow.
God bless you.
Wow. I love you. Nah. We love you.
Love you.
Nah. Bye.